I am fingers crossed that this is going to work.
Oh, Nick, you're in the middle of the bukkake bunch.
The fuck, Greg?
Fingers crossed.
All right, so hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Beer Analysis 101 with your host, Maxwell Starr. Tonight, we're doing a Bring Your Own Beer episode, which means that everybody's brought a non-alcoholic beer for tonight. Whatever style goes, as long as it's got almost no alcohol in it. So, without further ado, let's get down to who we have with us, and I'll start with the top of the screen with Mr. Ashley Sexton Omicron. Sorry,
hello.
Don't ever bring that up again. Sorry. Ashley, how you doing tonight?
Great, thank you very much. I hope you are doing well. Hope the panelists are doing well. Anyone who accidentally stumbles across these videos 50 years from now, I hope they're doing well.
100 years from now.
YouTube archaeology. Yeah, 100 years from now when people actually decide to watch them.
To what Grandpa Ashley got up to on Wednesday nights.
Hey, there we go. All
right, at least, you know what? You're technically not drinking tonight. You're drinking just whatever this crap is.
See, out of all of us, Lady Lee will probably still be alive 50 years from now, maybe. So maybe she doesn't want these to be found because she might be canceled.
Right. So, Ash, what'd you bring tonight?
Okay, so I bought a whole bunch of non-alcoholic beer online a few weeks ago. It was like an odd can that just came from Rival Brewhouse.
Okay.
This came from Coast Beer Company.
What the heck is that?
Yeah, this is a double dry hop IPA, 0.0%. I could find absolutely nothing about Coast Beer Co. I have no idea where they're from. It says on the back that it's brewed at Probrewrij.
Welcome back to
Christi Hirogift. So I don't know.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I'm gonna assume it's Dutch.
Deutsch? Dutch? Sure.
I don't know. Maybe.
Sprechen Sie Deutsche?
Yeah. There's a lot of J's in there.
Pass the
A lot
Dutchie
of Jags and a lot of
Pass the Dutchie from the left-hand side.
So,
Claps and Blutchen.
So I only got one can of this. This is it right here. I haven't had it before.
Nice.
I'm sort of ruining my history, but whatever.
Yeah,
Here we go.
whatever. We'll talk about that later. Anyway, so thanks, Ash. Actually, that sounds really cool. All right, so let's go over Mr. Greg. Hi, Greg.
She had one of those beers ordered, but then Rival Beer House completely fucked up sending me my shit, so I told them to cancel the order because I got mad. So I don't have one of those. I'm
That's
on
the
that
difference.
for you.
I have patience. You have none.
I don't have patience. If they're half an hour away from me and in 5 days they can't even ship the damn thing, then fuck them. I mean, I'm still giving them money because I bought their shit on Amazon anyway, so really I'm a hypocrite, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, what do you expect Greg to do? Like, walk or drive over there, for fuck's sakes? Jesus Christ.
If they offered me, listen, they're actually, apparently their address, even though the building there, I don't think there's a brewery there, but the building they have their address listed is literally 2-minute walk from my work. I would happily go and pick it up, but it's not an option. So.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm telling you how I am. I'm
All
a
right.
very angry, sober person. I'm the nice Greg you know is always drunk. Anyway,
All right,
what did
Greg.
I bring?
What'd you bring tonight, Greg?
I brought something, nothing too special, but just. Wait, what are we doing next week? No, we're doing Rival, right, next week?
Yep. Spoilers.
Sorry for spoiling it. I just want to make sure I wasn't pulling out a beer that we're doing next week. So I'm doing the Libra Hazy IPA because it's a hazy IPA. And normally, hazy IPAs aren't always that great. Let's see if this one's good.
All right. Right on, Greg. All right, let's go over to Guy. Mr. Guy of Drinking in Canada.
So I went in the chat. It's like, Nick, we're doing BYOB. Okay, so this is Nita Franchise Spruce Beer. So you can see it's only 0.7%.
Whoa, that's high. That's high.
It's a heavy one tonight.
That's not allowed. That's over 0.5%. Cancel me.
It's
Oh, sorry.
it's 0.7. We'll just go like
No, it's 0.1.
Jesus Christ, Keith.
Oh, okay.
Wait, is Keith covering the front of it and it's like 8.7?
Yeah, it's 0.1.
it's point.
Yeah, sure.
Right on. All right, let's go over.
It's
All right.
non-alcoholic. Spruce is non-alcoholic.
Spruce is a tree, after all. All right, so let's go over to Lee. Hey, Lee, how you doing tonight?
I'm
Which
doing
Lee?
fine.
Oh.
The man, of course.
Sorry. My bad.
I'm doing fine. The beer I have brought is another Libra beer, and this is the Libra Pilsner.
Ooh,
Ooh.
fancy.
Ooh.
Alrighty,
That one.
It's haunted.
Libra's my sign. I like that.
nice. All right, awesome, Lee. Let's go over to the other Lee, Lady Lee. All right, Lady Lee, what did you get? What did you bring?
I went super fancy and I'm super fancy. Grabbed whatever I could find in the fridge at work and found this bad boy.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Oh. That's
Actually,
going to be the best.
I'm actually kind of curious about that.
Yeah,
I like that.
they've been there for a
Wow,
while.
that's like
I
the
had
I
a
hate
choice.
myself beer.
I had the choice between a Heineken Zero or this one, and the reason I grabbed this one is because Heineken was done the last time I did the NA. I didn't do it, but somebody else did it.
Nice.
Heineken's
So,
hard.
Male Lee had it last time, I believe.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
I
I
think
feel like I just had to. There was no way I couldn't. I feel like these are going to get sold the least quickest at work, so I was allowed to snag one.
I feel
That is
like,
it.
I feel like Lady Lee is being canceled by her internet.
Yeah, Lady Lee's camera quality seems to have committed suicide over there. Still,
it's back.
there it goes. There it goes. Okay,
Yeah,
that was random.
It looks fine.
That was weird.
It didn't blink
It
out for
kicks
me.
in and out.
Didn't blink. It literally didn't blink out for me on the feed here.
Did
Oh,
for me.
yeah.
It reminded me of back in the day playing like strip poker on the Commodore 64.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like same graphics, you know.
It went
Yeah,
it went to like 3 or 4p for a second there. It was like, yeah, really, really bad. Yeah, weird that you didn't see it, Nick.
Nope, didn't see it at all.
Weird.
Weird. Which is all right because that's the one going live on YouTube. Alrighty, so let's go over to the next one we have in line here on the right-hand side, which is Mr. Painkiller himself, Western Canadian beer reviewer, Dan, the man with the big can of something. What did you bring tonight?
Well, as you saw, I did have this, but I've been pounding this back, and we'll get into that later because that's not what I want to bring. However, I am still struggling, folks. I am still struggling. So I'm having one for the road brewing company, and it is still struggling, and this is an Espresso Stout.
Oh, neat.
So,
That's cool.
and this is coming in at 0.5% alcohol by volume, so I've just barely made the cusp.
Yeah.
And I've never had anything from these guys, so I'm kind of curious to see exactly what this is all about. So,
Yeah, that's pretty cool, actually.
and I think they're out of Calgary. Yeah, out of Calgary, in Alberta.
The
Wow.
look on
So,
Since they use espresso as an adjunct, I imagine it probably.
oh
is.
yeah, you'll like the
Calgary
barcode
with a
there.
little
Yeah.
bicycle on it. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So I think it is made with coffee,
Well, espresso.
espresso. Yep. So
real
I'll get
coffee,
into it a
man
little bit
coffee.
later on when we go through everything. but
Coffee,
yeah.
fake beer, and tepid ashtray water.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's probably going to taste like ass. I mean,
I don't know.
Roasted ass.
Actually, that sounds pretty freaking interesting, really.
What, the fact that it's going to taste like an Italian man's ass?
Espresso. Espresso.
Oh.
Jesus fucking Christ.
All right.
That didn't take long.
Thank you, Dan. All right. And last but not least, we've got the beard himself, Mr. Redbeard. How you doing tonight, Redbeard?
I'm great. Yay for non-alcoholic beers.
What'd you bring? Anything interesting?
Some fucking weird meteorite
Oh, yeah.
wheat beer with lychee and clementines or
Lychee.
something
Okay.
Yeah.
from
That looks like
Microbrasserie Le Bocal.
It looks like three boobs and a vajayjay on the label.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Exactly what it
Well,
is.
luckily that beer's really cheap, right, Carrie?
The 4-pack had 2 of these and 2 of some really old, unimpressive, non-alcoholic IPA. Was $15. So
Yep.
Jesus.
yeah, they can kind of burn in hell. They'll bet.
Yeah. The only saving, my wife bought me 2 of those packs, and the only saving grace is that they're tall boys. At least you get more of it.
This is from November of last year. Ooh.
Yeah, one of my
Well, that's only
IPAs
3 months old. 4 months old.
It's a wheat beer. It should be fine. It's just, I don't know.
Might be okay. How about,
Just
what was the percentage on
generally
it?
not a big
0.5?
fan. Oh, it's all, they're all 0.5. Yeah.
Seem bummed out, Redbeard.
Yeah, beard.
I'm just not a fan of non-alcoholic beer overall.
It's bump beard.
Yeah.
Bump beard.
So, but yeah.
Dry
good
week
times.
is getting to him. Alrighty. Yay. All right.
House.
And the pain in the ass part about doing being the host of the show is that I go last, and somebody's already picked the same beer as me. Fuck you, Greg. So I got the Libra Hazy IPA. My other option would have been the Libra Pilsner, which Lee did. So I'm sticking with this one. Mainly because I actually like this. Alrighty.
I'll show my beard just for you.
Why? Would you get a different one?
Yeah, I'll get something else.
All right.
Decide what it is.
Okay, cool. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna do the Libra Hazy. Fuck you, Greg. Love you, Greg.
Jesus, Nick.
Wow, he's offering to switch his beer for you, and now you're like, fuck you, Greg.
It's a love-hate relationship.
You know what? To be honest, I think it's like a knee-jerk reaction at this point. Like he just says "fuck you, Greg." He doesn't even.
Yeah, but I'm
doesn't
saying
even necessarily just like a.
I'm saying with a
he's got-
shit-eating grin. So
He's got this like weird form of Tourette's that only manifests itself in insults towards Greg. That's
It's just gaslighting.
alrighty. So we have two comments, which I might as well read because they're both hi. Basement says hi, and Lee Hardy says hi.
Hi.
That's our comments. There's 4 people watching right now. Let us know what you're drinking. Even if it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, don't really care. We love the interaction. Next up, we will go to the history round. Let's go back up to the top of the order and click on Mr. Ashley Sexton. All right, Ash.
Sorry, I have absolutely zero history with this place.
Yeah.
I didn't know they existed before I ordered it either.
So what was the brewery called again? Coast?
Post. Yeah, it's
Coast Double Dry Hopped IPA.
yeah, it's just DDH IPA. On the back, double dry hopped with Simcoe, Citra, and Mosaic. Water, barley, hops, yeast, 110 calories. It is certified vegan.
Yay, vegan beer!
It looks like it's imported through Vitriol in Quebec. From where? I don't know.
That is so weird.
Yeah.
Like I can't find a single thing about that brewery on the internets.
What's
The
vitriol?
internet's
Bizarre.
So that's my history. I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all the
good.
information
All
I
good.
have about the beer.
Where'd you get it?
Rival Brew House or something. Brewco.com.
You ordered it online?
Yeah.
Why?
Got it.
Don't expect them to be quick about shipping anything.
Oh my god. Rival.
Yeah,
They also had an online selection of McKellar Brewdog
Yes, yes.
non-alcoholic beers to get. So, and then they had this one. They just sort of did like a decent size order through them. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Right.
It's almost, it's a shame that Greg didn't have the patience to wait 48 hours to get his beer order.
No, I waited 5 days. I waited 5 days.
Oh, it was 5 days.
5 days, and I emailed them. I said, listen, if you can't get the beer order out to me today, cancel the order. They could have just expedited my order and got it out, and boom, I would have been fine with it. No, they chose to cancel my order, so fuck them. But I'm still buying their beer on Amazon, so they're still getting my money. So double fuck them.
So you got to tell them off, and yet, you still got their beer
I didn't
anyway.
throw them off. I was polite about it, but I'm just like, if you can't get my order to me, like shipped at least, then cancel it. And they chose to cancel it rather than just be like, hey, let's just put this guy's fucking order together and get it out to him.
oh, they canceled you. That's good.
Great service on their part.
Cancel culture.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. So, Greg, what did you end up switching out to?
Nick, I swapped out to another Libra product, and it's their stout.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'm actually really curious about that. We'll have to pay attention to your notes. I'll have to pay attention to your notes when it comes time.
Well, we'll see if they're the notes. And my history of it is I had one yesterday. and
All right.
now I'm having a second one. No,
Nice.
actually, that's not true. I had one today. So this is my third one.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Get so drunk you're losing track.
I'm going to be the first person to gain weight from not drinking beer.
Come on, are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, these guys are 30 calories each, and I've drank like 7 of them today.
Holy shit.
Well, 7 non-alcoholic beers, not the same one. So, yeah.
30 calories? That's damn good.
Yeah, it's like all the drinking I want to do, none of the consequences. That's why I kind of don't want to sell non-alcoholic beer. But it'd be nice to throw an alcoholic one in here.
So when you pass out on the couch, it's legit being tired of passing out on the couch.
Correct. Yes. It's the fact just that I'm getting old as opposed to the fact that I'm old and drunk.
Well, you're so low calorie that you probably also lost some calories because of all the facial muscles you used to drink it down, like swallow it and shit.
Yes, that's what
That's
I do.
totally it. All
I
right.
don't think that's scientifically a thing, Nick.
Yeah, I think Nick is really over.
I'm really stretching it there.
Energy.
No, the sugar part.
Possibility to stretch that far.
All right,
Hey,
so
wait, me and John Cena are basically the same person. I'm like doing my face exercises.
all right. Well,
So when's your next Ernest movie?
all right. So speaking of stretching things, Guy, what's the history of the beer that you brought that's apparently 0.7 ABV?
I had it last year. He gave me orgasm. And I was like, he's like, this is the best batch we've ever had. I was like, yeah, sure. I bring it home because it's made from wood plants. Wood plants have no alcohol in it.
Wood
I
plants.
drank it. It's like, that's amazing.
Well, there's technically wood alcohol, but still.
It will give you wood after you drink it.
Alrighty. So
There you
It'll
go.
make wood,
Good
wood
to
sap.
know.
all right. So let's go over to Lee. And Lee, the beer you brought, what's your history with it? I think you actually said already, but we're asking you. Anyway.
Yeah, not much. I bought a 4-pack the other day because it's out of the Libra I can get at my store. This is the one I hadn't had yet. I've had the Pale Ale and the Hazy IPA, so I'll try this one out. And because I'm quite a fan of Pilsners, so let's see if they can nail it. And so that's what I'm doing tonight, figuring that out.
All right. Right on.
It is right on.
Exactly. All right. So let's go to the other Lee. Lady Lee. I think we already know your history of this one, which is you got it out of the fridge at Lou Dogs. But yeah, have you ever had it before?
No. So I kind of laughed. My history with Labatt in general was me watching the Labatt Wildcat commercials and being like, that's the beer I want to drink when I'm older. So
Shitty kitty.
Wow.
the commercials are so badass for kids.
That used to be a big seller here in the Maritimes. Wildcat. It used to be known as Shitty Kitty.
No.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
And mine is de-alcoholized, so it's not non-alcoholic. It's the opposite side. It had alcohol and they took it out.
I think really these days, because let me know Libra cans say non-alcoholic as well, and apparently it's the same process where it's just pasteurized to remove the
I can't put my camera.
booze.
So
So
de-alcoholized. De-alcoholized.
I really don't think it's really a difference anymore between the terms. So
No, not really.
yeah,
You probably might get it off doing like hop water, in general.
hot water is pretty good. All right, Lily, thank you very much. Let's move over
You're
to.
welcome.
Let's go back over to the West Coast and say hi, Dan. Now, what's your history?
Hi.
What's your history with this brewery? I'm actually really curious because I've never heard of these guys. And they
Honestly, I never really heard of them either. This is my first sort of introduction to them. I was at the co-op and I saw this. I'm like, I've never heard of these guys. So I checked it out, and yeah, it's out of Calgary. I'm like, all right. I've been looking online while everyone's been talking, and they've got actually quite a few different flavors of interesting beers. They've got 6 of them in total, and they're all non-alcoholic. So I'm kind of curious to find out more about these guys because it's brand new to me. But actually, I'm not minding this. But I'll get into that later.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. It sounds like something I'd like to try.
Yeah.
All right.
And you actually can order it and have it delivered to you.
Nice.
I probably give they're faster than Greg's beers.
Yeah, right. I'm still waiting to hear from my Athletic beer brewing order that I put in over the weekend. I got a notification saying, what?
Mine came to my mom's house today already, so yay.
You got yours already?
Yeah, I got it.
Where did it ship out of, anyway?
Oh, I'd have to check that.
All right. Well, we'll circle back. All right. Thank you, Dan. And let's go over to Monsieur Beard. Alrighty. What's your history with Le Baquet, or this beer in general?
Had half of one of the cans of IPA, and that's my history with this. And I've had one drink of this, and it.
We'll get to that.
If I fucking. Yeah. I skipped my turn. Go.
All right. What is this? The game of life or something?
Fucking
the game of beer. Alrighty, so I guess I'll do this two ways. Libra is the non-alcoholic beer brand of PEI's Upstreet Brewing, which you can't see because my camera won't fucking focus. But Upstreet Brewing, I've had numerous beers from them over the years. They actually make some solid products, like White Noise IPA is a decent white hazy kind of IPA. There's Ruby Social, which is like a strawberry pilsner or something. I forget. I'd have to look it up. I'd have to refresh my memory about what they were. I know that I've reviewed a few Upstreet beers on my channel in the past. When it comes to the Libra, like, this is actually kind of, I find this brewery kind of interesting in the sense that they're kind of making non-alcoholic beers, but they're kind of doing it in a more like a serious manner because they do target them as craft beer. So they're like, usually the tendency is for non-alcoholic beers bought off the shelf and like the grocery stores or something. They tend to be just like cardboard water. But in this case here, and this one actually says brewed on December 21st. Cool. They actually like try to pay attention to them to make them taste as much like craft beer as possible, which is kind of cool. I'll get into what I really think about this beer in a bit, but I think I had this for the first time last week, and I didn't hate it, so that's kind of why I wanted to do this one. All right, so that's kind of my history at this beer. Let's go back out to the main panel view with me in the middle. It's like the Brady Bunch, the Beery Bunch. And
There was a story.
I don't know Beery Bunch.
The butt fucking Brady Bunch.
Yeah, that's right.
So we literally have more comments here other than just Jamie saying hi. Hi, Jamie.
Let me just say the 5 people watching are all pieces of shit. And if they're absolute trash people.
4 people watching. Wait, 3.
Nothing to add to the fucking
I
conversation.
have 5.
It might even be war criminals.
They're probably 3 of those people are probably us, and the other 2 are probably 4 people watching now. Wow, thanks, Lee.
Everything is still accurate.
And that other one person is probably one person who really wants us to waiting for this channel to die already. Oh, look, we actually have a comment from Radar. It says, NA Beer, welcome everyone to the most monotonous evening in BA101.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Not wrong, no.
No. Well, I mean, when it comes to like a channel or a show that generally looks at pretty decent beers at times, this is like almost non-interesting for. But I do think these beers actually serve a purpose. Like, if you
Absolutely they do.
Oh yeah, well, if you want to drink a beer that's non-alcoholic, what's the best one? Like, or you might want to just go dry for a month, like we're doing, or you might just like want to drink some beers during the day, but you have to drive later, or you're the driver at a party.
If you're an alcoholic and you like to edge yourself with that first beer.
Exactly. Right. Well, I mean, I've actually done it before where I've bought non-alcoholic beers and brought them to a party, so I can enjoy drinking some beers, but I have to drive home later, you know?
Yeah.
Did you really enjoy yourself, though, Nick?
No, but I mean, still, no, I actually... Anyway, I generally do. I generally do enjoy myself when I'm partying with friends. Anyway, all right, let's go back around bring
mosey on.
Ashley and ask him your beer. What'd you think?
I'll tell you this much. I'm
Oh,
glad
boy.
I didn't buy two.
Okay.
If I had bought two, then I would have already had one, and then I would have known not to bring this bucket of shit onto this. Because I would have much preferred to have reviewed like one of the BrewDog ones that I've already had that I've actually quite enjoyed quite a bit. Because BrewDog NA beers have been pretty good. Aside from they're terribly racist and probably very sexist as well. They're terrible individuals.
Same
but
with
they're
McKellar.
NA beers. Yeah. So this to steal a page from your book here, Nick, and read off the camera a little bit here. So this one suspiciously was for a double dry hopped IPA. The moment I poured it, I was like, that's suspiciously very light in color. It's like very straw-like. It's almost completely transparent. It's got a touch of haze, but other than that, it sort of looks like Corona. To be completely honest, it looks like yellow fizzy water for your riding lawnmower. For drinking in the middle of summer. You're still getting drunk because you're drinking 8 of them. But anyways, yeah, it looks like a cerveza. The head went away pretty quick, just like your typical fucking cerveza would. Like no head whatsoever. That shit just disappears. The aroma is very... okay, so on the can, I mentioned this earlier, but they say dry hop with Simcoe, Citra, and Mosaic. I swear to God. Anyone who knows anything about Simcoe, Citra, and Mosaic, you don't get any of that in this. There's no... What it smells like is just, what do I get? It's very sweet. It's like honey. It's like jacked up honeydew melon, like overripe honeydew melon, but jacked up. Just like overly tropical sweet forward. It's just tropical. The sip, it tastes like fucking apple juice and white grape juice with some lychee. That's what it tastes like. There's no, I don't know, it just doesn't even taste like beer. It just tastes like grape juice.
Grape juice.
Yeah, pretty much it. There's no discernible like malt characteristic. There's no notable like hop characters. No beer qualities that are positive whatsoever to go along with this beer. So I hope never to see anything from Coast beer ever again. I'm glad they don't tell anybody where they're from, because no one needs to know where they're from. People do not need to seek out this beer whatsoever. It is.
They probably they don't tell you where they're from because they know that people will come and burn down their building.
Right. This is a beer best left alone. I will give this a 1 out of 10 for style and personal preference.
Jesus.
Oh.
Ouch. Oh, that one really shit the bed, didn't it?
Yeah.
I thought mine was going to be a bad review.
Wow. Alrighty.
We set the bar high there.
Well, we've already set the bar really high in this episode. So thank you, Ashley. And let's move over to Gorg.
Before I Ashley off that easily, Ashley, would you mind telling the group how much you paid for that can that I believe isn't even a tall boy?
I think this is like 3.5.
No, it was $4.97 plus tax.
Is this $4.97 plus
Yes.
tax? Oh, that's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
you paid Imperial Stout prices for that.
Jesus.
Holy fuck.
Oh, well.
Just to throw a little salt on that wound over there. Yeah, it's
It's all right.
So not only did they brew really shitty beer, they're also just price gouging people. That's
Price gouging.
fuck. Man.
yeah. No, see, and again, that's my own rant. Is that there's no way that beer should cost, even if it's an amazing beer. There's no way it should cost that much money because
Especially if it's an NA beer.
yeah, they're not being taxed on it. There's no alcohol in it, so that's just gouging. Anyway, so I haven't even poured this beer yet. No, that's okay. I know what it tastes like. Oh, and my my can just broke. Okay, hold on. I gotta poke it without hurting my finger. Okay, there
Would
you
it
go.
be ready?
Technical difficulties.
You're
I'm
used to
gonna
getting
pour
your
it
finger
in
in
proper
things.
glass, a nice double Tempest glass. There we go. Look at that. So I mean, so far I might have another on order. I can't remember, But so far, this is the only stout I've ever had that's non-alcoholic.
It looks good. It looks
and
the
it-
color.
I mean, it certainly looks the part, right? Like it's not fucking clear. It's
It's like a double
that looks
tempest.
like a proper stout. Oh, I offended Ashley. Yeah, I'm so upset. I gotta tell you, looking at Redbeard every time he sniffs or tries his beer, he looks like he's in so much.
He looks like he's not having.
Yeah, I usually enjoy him with suffering, but here it's just kind of depressing me. It's,
Yeah.
goddamn.
Anyway, back to my favorite topic, me.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna freaking confuse this with double tempest or anything, but you know what? It smells like a stout. It's got the roastiness. It's got that. It smells stouty. I even let my wife smell it earlier today. The other one I had, and my wife's like, "That smells like a regular beer," and it does. Now we get to the taste. Now, here's the thing about this beer. Up front, you first taste it, like the very first kind of sip you take, and you're just like, this is a stout. This tastes like a stout. Not an imperial stout, but, something like one of those 4% stouts that you like. Okay. I personally don't like them that much, but if you like light stouts, that's what this tastes like. At first. But then just the body hits you. And it's suddenly that taste just turns into soda water. So it's almost it's a catfish beer. Like it goes in, makes you think, okay, stouty, not bad, and then just turns into Perrier or soda water, whatever your bubbly water of choice is.
None of the above.
No, do we look like Ewart here? What's going on?
All right, well, you guys enjoy your club soda or whatever brand you prefer. The non-Ewart. So yeah, I mean, I like the beer overall. Like it's one of the more interesting NA beers I've had. If they could do something with the body and just make it a little bit thicker, then it could actually be a half decent beer. I mean, as it is, I'm still going to give it like a 7. I don't think it's bad. Again, I'm taking into account that it is a non-alcoholic beer. If this was an alcoholic beer, it would not get a 7. So for me, it's on the realm of good for a non-alcoholic beer. I mean, it's not my favorite non-alcoholic, but it's certainly the most interesting one I've had so far because I don't think I've ever had another stout that's non-alcoholic. And it is what it is, super light in body. And I forget the Libra. I got the Libra 24 pack, their Discovery pack. I don't remember what it cost, but I think it was less than $5 a can. So, bonus.
Sounds about right. I know they're like super big packs, like $127 or some shit like that for like they got like 24 of each of their things or something like that.
That I don't know. Actually, I'm going to tell you in a second what it costs. So I paid for 24 of them. They call it their flagship bundle with taxes. Basically $74 with taxes. Shipping was free. So, I mean, what does that work out to? About $3 a can. Still not what I'd consider value, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. I'll say most of their beer is fairly reasonable. Some of you guys will be reviewing it throughout the show. I think their beer is probably it's certainly no Compliments Blonde. That's for sure.
I mean, little is, but
But as it is, this definitely tastes better than an Italian's asshole. Italian man's asshole. Maybe a lady's asshole is better. I don't know.
Got that nice espresso taste to it.
Meatballs.
Get that. I see Lady Lee in the corner wants to kill us. All right, so all right, so thank you.
We knew she wouldn't like us when we're sober.
Well, yeah, she still hangs out with us for some reason.
yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
It's mental illness.
I can leave if you want. Like,
No.
Jesus.
All right, so
The only thing keeping 3 viewers here.
You mean us?
alrighty, so thank you, Greg. Let's go over to Guy and see how Guy thinks of his beer.
You can see that this beer makes my heart sing.
It's a wild thing.
Trying to do the Greg thing and flex his pecs.
Yeah, but it's delicious. Like
Yeah, I don't even know.
wafting like a forest and like sailing in the forest. It's amazing. So it's probably my favorite beer of the last 3 years, easily. But yeah, I myself don't hate spaghetti. I'll go for the panini anytime. But yeah, this beer does the trick for me. It's like tastes like forest pine. It's amazing.
Okay,
I love it.
can we throw down the kayfabe here for a second? Is he actually drinking an alcoholic beer or a non-alcoholic beer? Because I'm still confused on that.
0.7.
Is it actually?
100%. No, the Guy is drinking a beer right now.
It's a
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's drinking like 4.7, but we'll just roll with it. It'll probably win. It'll probably win in terms of which one we.
Well, like I said, February is a month for like stouts and porters. If you think you're doing dry, fuck you. So you have to rhyme it. July rhymes with dry. So if you're gonna do dry, do July, not February. Fuck you. That's my favorite type of month for beer. Stouts and porters. I love that. So, anyways, if you think that's right,
it's February beer.
I realize there's a bit of a language barrier, Guy, but there's no way you did not know that this was a non-alcoholic beer night for the show.
actually, just go back to the chat as evidence. BYOB, beer. StreamYard. That's what I did.
Right. Anyway,
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas, Guy. All right, so let's go over.
This is honestly the most sense Guy has ever made, so I say, let's let it go.
Yeah. All right, let's go over to Lee. Mr. Lee, what do you think of your Pilsner?
It's fine. It's got Saz hops in it. You can sort of taste the Saz hops, so it's got a little bit of an earthy herbal note, but it's not necessarily as crisp and like full flavored as you would want from an actual authentic Pilsner. Not even like some of the lesser craft Pilsners that you can get around here, or the really, really fucking good ones that you can get around here as of late. But it's not bad. It's more of a Pilsner than a lot of big beers that call themselves Pilsners these days. So I'll give it that. It's probably actually my favorite of the Libra ones I've had. Like I thought the hazy IPA and the pale ale were decent enough. Definitely not the best non-alcoholic beer I've ever had. The Compliments is definitely better than this one. As far as style goes, style-wise, I'll throw a 6.5 on it.
Can you speak English?
Who's Star Wazo?
And
What if you don't like people?
and my personal preference, I'll throw a 6 at it. Fine.
Nice.
It's drinkable. This is perfectly acceptable. As like if I didn't, for some reason, I didn't want to buy the Compliments 12 pack and have that for like a barbecue, in between real alcoholic drinks or whatever. This would do perfectly well.
Right on. All right.
Right on.
All right. Yeah, with that one, actually, I thought it was, like, considering it's non-alcoholic beer, I actually really like that Pilsner, especially when you drink it cold.
Yeah, when it warms up, it kind of
Loses
starts to get a little cardboardy, but it's, whatever.
All right. Okay, so let's move on to Lady Lee and see how this compares to the one Ashley was drinking.
So, this year, it's funny because I've never actually, I don't think I've ever drank blue before.
English much?
There it is. I was waiting for that.
I deserve that.
Well played.
But I've never had it before, so I think I might have had it, and I've always thought it was garbage. So really, to have, like, the non-alcoholic version is not going to change in my mind that I think it's garbage. Like, that won't change. However, I do think it tastes very similar to if I was drinking the actual alcoholic version. There's, like, things that are missing there, so, like, there's a bit of an issue with, like, the body. There's a bit of, like, I find it possibly, like, a little bit sweeter. But overall, I find it's very similar to a beer, like a blue, a Pilsner.
Better or worse than Heineken, non-alcoholic?
I didn't have the Heineken non-alcoholic. I have it in my fridge. I could technically try it. But yeah, so taste-wise, like preference-wise, I poured this glass I don't know how long ago, and that's as far as I've gotten in, and I don't plan on going in any further.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go. Personal preference is gonna be a 1. Like, it literally is pointless for me to drink this. I do not like the beer whatsoever. So that's my own fault for picking a beer I knew I wasn't gonna like. But for the actual style, I'm gonna go in the opposite direction, and I think I'm gonna give it an 8. Like, it's definitely like one of those beers that I feel if someone had like hankering for a beer, craving for a beer, and this is what they drank, like I think it would be able to definitely help them out. Like, I think this would be that kind of beer that you would use for that purpose. But I really don't care for domestic pilsners in the first place, so that's my own hatred. At least
you gotta drink that. That's money that Lou Dog spent on that.
Just don't tell him.
Yeah, just don't tell Lou Dog.
I'm telling Lou Dog everything.
Gotta keep Lou Dog in the dark.
Because a restaurant never wastes alcohol.
No,
Ever.
of course not.
Never. This is not even like worth alcohol. Like, this
Now,
is.
would that beer pair well with a Lou Dog burger?
Yes, because they don't exist.
Oh, okay. See, clever. You don't have either of them. Wow.
They have a bunch of sand.
Yeah,
So
yeah. There's a lot of sandwiches.
So I missed the rating. Did you give it a rating? Or?
Yeah, I did give it a rating. So, what I said for personal preference was a 1, because literally there's no point in me drinking this. I don't like blue in the first place, and I would never drink it again. And like, I literally barely drank any of it, and I'm done with it. But style, I'm giving it an 8, because I find that it does taste very similar to what would be with alcohol. And I think it would be something that if someone was craving an alcoholic beverage, I think this could like curb the
Craving?
urge a little stronger than another beer would. Like, I find any unalcoholic beers, I find they're drastically different, so it doesn't give you that kind of satisfaction. I find this would have like that flavor satisfaction at least.
What if it mixed with the dark and stormy?
Absolutely not, because I actually enjoy Dark and Stormies, versus this is garbage. So no.
Nice.
Dark and garbage.
Dark and garbagey.
Dark and garbagey.
Garbage juice.
Really?
Alrighty.
Okay, swish.
Swish, drinking swish with an old dirty dog behind the kingdom there.
Ow!
Alright.
Sorry.
Alright, so thank you, Lady Lee. We'll move over to Dan to see how his a one for the road Espresso Stout turned out.
So I've had a stout before 5 years ago, and it turned me off of non-alcoholic stouts. And it was from Nugneo. And picking this up, I was like, well, you know what? I'll give it another chance to see. And you know what? It's not half bad. They've got, what was it, 5 milligrams of... Yeah, 5 milligrams of caffeine per can. 67 calories, so it's a lower calorie one. And it comes in at 25 IBUs. And actually on here it says the ABV is 0.36 on their website. But they had put 0.5 on here. I don't know. So, the taste overall, like, with normal non-alcoholic beers, I hate the aftertaste. You get that sort of from when they take the alcohol out of it. You get that just sort of tinny aftertaste that I don't like. Whereas this one, because of the coffee that's in there, it actually masks that aftertaste quite nicely. So it's actually really decent for what it is. Like all non-alcoholic stouts or any beers like that, it is light. Like, so it is, it's a bit thin. So, but you do have that sort of coffee note on there, but it does, like I said, it masks the non-alcoholic taste that I hate in those beers. And it's actually, it works really well for what it is. I've been kind of enjoying it for the style of beer that it is. So honestly, for enjoyment, I'm giving it an 8 because I was like, I'm glad I bought a 4-pack of this because I'm probably going to have maybe one more of these tonight because it's that damn good. Well, I guess that's a personal enjoyment. For the style, yeah, about an 8 as well. So it's actually quite nice. And, if you go to soberdry.ca, you can probably order it off there. So they do have it on there. Or soberdry.com. There's a few places you can order it from. So, Nick, if you want to try it, by all means.
Yeah, I might actually consider looking that one up. Sounds cool.
So, and they have all their flavors apparently on those websites too. So, I'm actually going to be picking up some more of these to see how well they are. I want to try some of their other ones. The Saskatoon Berry one really sounds good. So yeah, I'm actually really pleased with this one.
Very nice. All right. Thank you very much for that one, Dan.
No worries.
All right, let's move over to the beard. Mr. Beard, I know you're so impressed with the beard you have tonight. I can tell it in your eyes.
It smells like it should be aerosolized and used for polishing furniture.
That sounds delicious.
It smells so chemically, lemony, citrusy, just
Poopery.
it's horrible. And then the taste is
It's
just
cute.
fucking garbage.
Sound effect
Like,
was appropriate.
Like,
Oh, did we lose him?
It was so bad that he froze.
Yeah, I think we might have lost him. And so
You seen the MASH theme song closing Carrie?
The whole thing just blew
right.
his mind on how bad it was.
All right,
Just
we'll
blew
wait.
the internet.
Yep, I think so. I think that's how bad it is that his computer decided to crash. All right, so you know what? I'm going to give my rating thoughts on this one because I'm next anyway. We'll wait for him to come back. Libra Hazy. It's fine. I actually like it. Like as far as non-alcoholic beers go, this has been one of the best ones I've had. As far as going dry for a few days, if I want an IPA to scratch this itch, I mean, this really doesn't taste like your normal hazy IPA like it advertises. But if you get that in your mind that that's not necessarily what it's trying to do, tastes like a New England style IPA, it's actually kind of scratches the itch because I find it's light, effervescent, got a lemon lime zest quality to it, hint of passion fruit in the flavor, crisp and sudsy. It's almost no sweetness to it though, so it's kind of dry. Like the body of it is quite thin on this one here, but it really does remind me of like a session IPA, like Muskoka Detour. I think Muskoka Detour is the first one that popped in my head as soon as I took a drink of this one. I'm not really a big fan of Muskoka Detour, but the mere fact that it actually tastes more like beer than the typical non-alcoholic beer that you used to be able to buy, like Molson Excel or 0% Heineken or something like that, like years ago. What used to be considered the standard fare for non-alcoholic beers. I love what they're doing, at least. So as far as this one, like, I wouldn't say it's a great beer in terms, but one of the best non-alcoholic beers I've had so far, and hoppy enough to scratch the itch that if I'm going, like I said, going dry for a few days, and it helps. So yeah, for the style of non-alcoholic beer, I'm gonna give it a 9. I actually really like it, and overall enjoyment, I'm enjoying it. All things considered, and I'm gonna give it an 8. It's that good to me. So that's my thoughts, and before we go back around, before we go back around and do what beer you want, we're gonna wait for Redbeard to show up, but if he does. But while we're waiting, we might as well show what this is all for, which is 4 of us on this panel today are actually doing a Dry February campaign. So we are trying to raise funds for cancer research to the Canadian Cancer Society, We can see here that Dan has raised $436 right now, which is really good on him. He's going dry for the entire month.
That's awesome.
We got Sexton here. He's going... Stupid thing. Has raised 253.65 for cancer research. He's going dry the entire month. It's going to blink out again. Greg is killing it. He is, the person that people have most donated to make sure he goes sober for a month. So he's raised almost $1,300, which is freaking amazing.
Awesome.
And I was doing 14 days. I just recently changed it. I'm going to do 21, as long as I'm not able to drink on my birthday. So, thanks to Redbeard, actually, who donated me a golden ticket to have a cheat night. I've raised $319.90 myself. So that's pretty friggin' cool, if you ask me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yay! Good job, guys.
At what point did my shit cut out?
It was before you gave your ratings anyway.
Was it?
Yeah.
So
You're describing how...
I'm assuming nobody saw me chug this entire can then, right?
No.
Nope.
Nope, we missed that.
That's annoying. This gets 3 horse shits out of a dumpster fire for rating.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so, what did you...
Not 4.
Thank you, Redbeard. We'll just stick with that, because, the ratings are kind of meaningless on this. So let's...
Yeah, we're not averaging. So.
Yeah.
Nick, you should refresh your Dry February page.
What'd you do, donate me 10 cents or something?
No, I didn't donate anything. I just wanted you to refresh your page.
Jeez. Alrighty, so let's go back around to the top of the order and just ask Ash. I know yours was terrible, but was there any other beers here you saw that you would rather have had?
Well, so I don't even know if what Guy had is actually real beer or what he's drinking, and I had to take a shit when he was talking about it, so I apologize, Guy.
No, he's a shifty fucking Frenchman. He cheated on the fucking episode.
That's all right. And everyone else's beer I've had, with the exception of Dan the Man's. So I guess if I had to choose another one to sample, it would be Dan's.
Nice.
So there we go.
Alrighty.
Off to a good start again tonight.
There you go. Alright, let's go over to Greg. Mr. Greg, of all the beers that you saw...
I would very much like to try Guy's non-alcoholic beer because it sounds amazing, because I love spruce beers and I love foresty beers. I like the old school IPAs that's like you're being smacked with a branch. Now, assuming that Guy is being any less than truthful and it is an alcoholic beer, if we're going with that assumption, which probably isn't true because Guy seems like a very truthful fella, I would go with Dan's beer, mainly because I think, well, let's see. Ashley's, I don't want to pay $5 a can for. Lee's I have in my fridge. Nick's I have in my fridge. Lady Lee's garbage I don't want to try, and that's a sentence I never thought I'd say in my life, but here we go. Carrie's I've had. I don't actually think it's as bad as he thinks it is, but it's not great either. And that leaves Dan. I haven't had his beer, so I would like to try his beer if I'm going to go for something non-alcoholic.
All right.
It is garbage.
So I'm going to write that down as a vote for Guy.
Yes.
Sure.
All right. So let's go.
That would be my initial
Thanks,
vote.
All right. So Guy, of all the beers that you've heard here tonight, which one would you rather have tried?
Mine is the best. Even though
Yeah, but you can't pick yours.
Like I was saying.
You could always say that we could vote for himself for this one time only.
Like I was saying. When I said in the beginning. Next has to be your beer. For the bestest times, the worstest times, sure. Let's make it a regular beer. But in this case, if they're talking about non-alcoholic beers, and the way said the fucking evidence, like Generation X actually based themselves on evidence, which did not happen tonight. But Libra is my fucking birth sign. So if you'll test on the Norwegian sandwich, I would pick Libra. And that sexy Greg Porter, that's non-alcoholic, I'm impressed by that looks and sounds of that. So I would vote with that one. Let's face it, Greg has the best nipples of all the group. and the
I
best
mean,
looking beer.
I mean, he's not wrong. So
I just gotta point out that Nick very much did say the non-alcoholic 101 BYOB is on stream.
NA 101. I mean, we've been doing dry
In the
October
chat,
all month.
Stop saying things like I said in the
yeah.
chat. I asked him what's happening. He said beer and no beer. That's what I did. So
He said NA BYOB. I
And
just
we said NA.
it's
Yeah.
right there, dude.
he said non-American. I'm American and
Can we
Canadian.
get back on track and talk more about my nipples, please? Thank
All
you.
right, so I'm gonna write that down as Guy is voting for himself. So.
No, I just
You voted for Greg, right?
Stop bypassing the fucking evidence. This is not Generation X, even though Leaf's part and Biscuit. I don't care. It's for Greg. The vote is for Greg.
All right.
What's going on here?
All right. So,
We're more than we were before.
all right. So, let's go over to Lee.
The display of obtuse, willing ignorance in the last 5 minutes on this chat has been phenomenal. I would pick Dan's beer because it actually sounds like it's pretty fucking awesome for a non-alcoholic. So that's what I'd go for.
All right. Lady Lee.
So anytime I hear the word espresso, I'm always curious because I like things that are flavored with espresso. So obviously my vote goes to Dan as well.
All right. Thank you, Lily. Let's go over to Mr. Dan.
I fooled you all. It sucks. No, I'm kidding.
The
I thought he was going to say 12% stout.
I'm fine. I'm okay. It's not alcoholic.
When 3 people said that the beers were garbage, you definitely know that people's choices are going to be limited.
Dan's like, golden ticket, fuckers.
Yeah, he's not the only one that's doing alcohol. I mean, no. Honestly, there's people that are saying that there's a lot of bad ones. I mean, I do have one of the Libras in my fridge, so I think I'm good with that. But I do like my stout, so I mean, I wouldn't mind trying Greg's. Like that sounds like it could be decent overall. So, yeah.
So, brother.
All right.
It is Libra. I mean, like I gotta find out what it's gonna be all about next week. So maybe it might be something I would like to see come in my area.
All right.
And do a side by side with this one.
All right.
There we go.
All right.
You don't have Libras out there?
Yeah, well, one.
One.
You got the pale ale.
Oh, okay.
Pally Alley.
Sorry.
Alrighty. That's all good. All right, let's go to Redbeard. Thanks, Dan.
No worries.
Hi, Redbeard. Of all the beers you heard here tonight, you know the spiel. Which would you rather have dumped down the sink?
I don't know. I guess Dan's. Why not? There you go.
Alrighty.
Sure.
That works. And
Don't sound so bitter.
You go Butterbeard. Jeez, man.
it's like he doesn't want to drink any
Bitter
of them.
beard over here.
Fucking wet
Redbeard's
blanket.
not pretty horrible the way he's talking about it. He even got his internet cut out because of it.
Yeah, that sounded like nuclear bad. At least the way you described it. All right, thank you, Carrie. Let's go over to moi when I can talk about what beer would I have rather had, and it's probably no
Sexy
surprise.
bad
I've
boy.
been thinking about Dan's beer the entire night since before he opened it. So Dan wins with a vote of 5 for Dan, 1 for Guy, and 2 for Greg. So
Yeah.
Greg's second, Dan's number 1. Alrighty, so that's tonight's episode of non-alcoholic bring your own beer, BA101. The question actually has been asked, although he's a panel member in the chat. Sexton has asked, what's next week's beer? And because I have to piss real bad, I'm going to say it's right here. We're going to do Rival House's Pale Ale
There we go.
as next week's beer, which is a non-alcoholic beer. It's actually from Greg's favorite non-alcoholic brewery.
Yeah.
You can totally buy this on Amazon for cheap. It's like a 4-pack is like $14, and there's
Jeff
And if you're
Bezos
gonna
no
buy
approved.
tax.
And if
Exactly.
you're gonna buy it there because Amazon gets it to you the next day.
Exactly.
Jeff
literally-
Bezos brews it himself in space.
Oh yeah.
I ordered this Monday and it came here today, so it's just
I didn't know Amazon sold that.
yeah, like you can buy Athletic and Rival House beers on Amazon.
No, I know.
Now you
You can
know
also
you can
buy
non-alcoholic beers.
small European children Amazon.
What if I want big
You
European?
can buy a European
That too.
bridge or something like for.
Reasonable.
All right,
Get to
so
be on Amazon Prime for the big
we do have a bunch of comments I'm going to read before we take off here. We got That's Sensational is going Lee.
Which
What?
Lee?
Oh,
The
Lee.
lady
Well,
Lee.
the lady
It's
Lee.
obviously-
Who
it's
else do
obviously
you
Lady
think?
Lee.
Well, I
Alrighty,
think some people might be excited to see Manly.
That's
No,
Sensational.
no one gives a
also,
shit about me.
That's Sensational also says Espresso Woo. So,
So that's
I'm
another vote
assu-
for Dan
so
Spear.
that's another vote for Dan Spear.
Yep.
And he's like, wait, what? Lady Lee says, ah. And yeah, okay. So that's pretty much it for comments. Yeah, so yeah, tune in next week. I'm going to take Lady Lee off the screen so we don't have to ogle her all night. And say, like, yeah, tune in next week when we continue with the BA101 non-alcoholic beer edition for February, for dry February. And we will, thanks to everybody who showed up here tonight, even Guy with the fake non-alcoholic beer.
I'm saying keep our beer wet and make it July.